Today we are at LGBT Out Loud. It is a youth group for young people who identify as LGBTQ+. There is only one youth group in Tameside that we run from Tameside Youth Service. We have a group that meet on a Tuesday for young people who are kind of college aged, and then on a Wednesday we have another group for young people who are at high school years 7 to 11. And it's a space where young people can come together, meet other young people who may be questioning, or who know who they are, or it may just be that they just need somewhere to go and get involved and participate in lots of fun things and meet new friends and just be in a space where they can be safe and be themselves. And a lot of the young people that I work with experience bullying, homophobia and hate crime from a very young age, whether it's at home, in school, in the community, even on the streets where they live. So in lots of situations, that's the experience they live daily. So it's important that they have a space where they can come together and just be their authentic selves, really, and meet other young people who are living and going through a very similar experience.
Oh, it can just be like anything, so like on Snapchat, Instagram, or just your personal phone number. You can still get it like through messages, or it can be like through videos, or it could be through memes as well, which people can do sometimes. So, yeah.
I think the difference between the days that I went to school and the days that you were at school is that when I went to school, thankfully we didn't have social media, we didn't have online activity or anything, so when you went home, you were safe in your own home, whereas now young people go home and those threats are still out there. You know, you're not safe in your own bedroom because those threats are there every time you look at your phone, every time you turn your laptop on or your iPad, whatever it is you're looking at, those threats are still there for a lot of these young people.
It's very hurtful because sometimes when I walk around I get quite a bit of shouting or just into my face or just anything like that. It's very hurtful because like I'm just trying to catch a bus and then meanwhile these people are just trying to be funny and all that and just being very hurtful. So it's very hard to get it off your head for the next few days because you're like, oh, this has happened, and it's like I don't know if I can go out because I might bump into those people again. So it's very hard on that person when it actually happens because you don't feel safe, because you don't know if they might find out on where you're going or whatever. So I mean, I report it to my friends and family, and then I also report it to the youth workers, sometimes my college, or if it's really bad, the police, because I've had to do that once. Yeah, because I was just sat in the bus station waiting for my bus, and then these group of guys threw money bottles at me, and then they got on the bus, and then they just started shouting and all that, like being really homophobic, and they was like saying, oh, do this, do that, and all that. When I got off the bus, I called the police, and then since then I've gained a massive fear because I don't know what's going to happen, because if I walk down the aisle where it's full of people, I don't know if they're going to say something, especially when it's full of school kids, because they're the worst for bullying. And it's like, you don't know, so I just keep my head down and just blast my music, because my music is my comfort for me. So.
And I know they experienced bullying in school as well, and this is just one young person who's experienced bullying and homophobia in lots of different arenas, whether it's going to McDonald's, which is just an everyday thing that young people do, getting on a bus, which is another simple everyday thing that young people want to do, as every adult does. And obviously for some people, they may be in a position in the future where they might be able to drive, so they've got more security, whereas some young people and some adults are never going to be able to drive. So therefore they're always going to be reliant on public transport. So we have a duty as a society to make sure that everybody feels safe and that everyone is looked after. And I appreciate if there's one bus driver on a bus, it can't possibly just down to them and their responsibility when they're responsible for actually driving a bus. They haven't got the facilities to kind of keep checking on what's going on behind and intervening and trying to sort people out. Ideal. I mean, I know they have video cameras on, but at the end of the day, if other people on that bus had have stood up and said, excuse me, that's that's not right what you're saying now, then that wouldn't have escalated and wouldn't have continued. But nobody said anything. Everybody just went silent because they didn't want to become the next victim. And I think that's really a sad reflection of where we're heading. That people are scared of challenging and intervening because they're worried the impact back on them. Like, you know, are they going to be retaliating towards them? And rather than do that, they'd rather keep their heads down. But obviously, you know, it's about being an upstander, isn't it? It's about kind of saying, look, you shouldn't be doing that, that's not right, and that shouldn't be happening. But I think a lot of it is down to education. I think young people need educating much, much earlier about what hate crime is and the impacts that it can actually have on people and their lives. Because obviously, for some people, they might think, oh, they're just playing a game, they're just being silly, whatever. But for that young person who's experiencing that trauma may live with them forever. And, you know, it may impact on them forever. So it's not something that should just be taken so trivially. So every year we attend Manchester Pride Parade, and we've done it now for the last probably 8 years. Obviously, apart from when COVID happened. But other than that, we've been in the parade every year, and we've taken young people along to Manchester Pride. And for them, it was the very first time that they've ever participated in a Pride Parade. And for them, it was overwhelming to see the amount of people that come out and support the parade. There was thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and it was just amazing to see their faces and how energised they were, how lit up they were, and they can see that some mums and dads had come out and waved on and supported them and everything, and it was just amazing, wasn't it? And every year we try and take new young people who are obviously coming up and getting to that age where we think, right, you're now ready. And they just shine on the day. It's just amazing. They love it. They really love it. It's great.
So it's just like really amazing. And then when you're out there, you're seeing lots of different people just being themselves, and you get to be yourself as well. So like I go in drag, so I go full out and I don't care. I feel comfortable because no one's judging you for it. And it's a nice way to get out as well, like out in the world, joining your community, feeling at home.